So I did an eye look last week that y'all wanted me to redo. It's actually going to be Revlon, super affordable. But I did my brows thicker today, but I'm not changing up my brow style. No. I was just seeing if this could get them that thick. It can. Again, that is just this. No brow pen, just this. Now I have to get it really messy on top, which I showed y'all yesterday, and I filmed the video too. Listen, I ran errands yesterday. Y'all can look up League City humidity. It's wild. Plus, I live in a golf course community, so I run errands on a golf cart. So I'm not even in an AC car. This stuff did not move, did not fade. This is an 11 out of a 10. By the way, we're also going to be sneak peeking something, ROSE&BEN Beauty is, that's going to be coming very soon. So if you aren't following at ROSE&BEN Beauty, and if you want to, you can, there's going to be a little sneak peek there later, and I'm very excited. And by the way, I have seen a major difference using these every day. Major difference. My fine lines are juicy, and my makeup is even wearing even better. By the way, I've had that on for 30 minutes while I was filming some other things, but I still have all my skincare underneath it. So I have all of my Elemis. I even have a little bit of my eye, the eye mask from Elemis, which I talk about that quite a bit. But I have all of that, and then I just kind of top it with those, and I've seen a difference. By the way, this is the eye look in question. This is the one, I think I was wearing it on Thursday. Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. The first step, take your concealer. Listen, I'm not gonna put that concealer where I'm gonna have any friction. Concealer sometimes is the reason your eyeshadow might not be lasting, but where we are gonna put concealer, and it does not have to be this concealer, just use the one you already have. I'm just grabbing this one. I'm grabbing it right in the center of an E29, and I'm just pushing that, and all I did was ever so lightly conceal the freckles, take it over this way, just kind of blur that top part. We're gonna put eyeshadow there later, but since we don't have friction there, we don't have to worry about any kind of creasing. We get friction in the socket and on the lid because that's where we're blinking. We're just taking that concealer on top. And remember, just use what you already have. You don't need the NARS one. I use the NARS one a lot. Yes, I do. It's a great working concealer, but if you don't already have it, don't worry about it. If I recommend any of the Revlon pots, I'm gonna recommend these two shades. I have been using, look at this already. I've been going to town on this. This one's espresso, and then this one is chocolate. I know that's espresso because I love coffee and I won't forget the name, but let me double check. Yes, this is chocolate. Just wanted to make sure. So espresso and chocolate, and you got yourself a delicious mocha. So now we're gonna grab espresso, and we're still using our E29. I'm gonna link this one. This is the In a Rush brush. I'm gonna start to slowly build this up. You might be thinking, ugh, where's the pigment? I don't want to build this up maniacally all at once. I want to take my time because I still want to use bronzer. That's kind of what gives the look. First, think of it as underpainting. Yeah, let's think of it that way. And then you'll understand why I'm going so slow with the build. It's because I want to still cover that up with a little bit of bronzer. So in that look, I kind of had contour underneath, kind of just shaping the eye, and then just bronzer layered on top. And that's what really gave it that really nice secret sculpt. Let's call it that. So I picked up more. Just take your time and build up your eye contour. And even though I'm using a fluffy brush, since I'm grabbing that product on the tip, I'm able to just kind of push it in here and get some really nice definition in my socket. This is actually a really good way to get a secret sculpt to the eye and then kind of cover it. So if you've ever wanted to really kind of define your socket, this is it. This is the technique. Think of it as an eye underpainting moment. I mentioned I was going to link the brush, and then I didn't because I get excited about teaching. But this just goes to show you, that you can still get definition with the fluffy brush. What I'm doing is I'm holding it further back and I'm just pushing that into the socket, and I'm also only picking up the product in the middle of the brush. That way I can just tilt my head back and push it in there. And this just goes to show you that you don't need 10 brushes to do different techniques. That's one of the reasons there's not 20 to 30 brushes in our collection. I feel that it's more about learning the technique, and that's what I'm here for. Now, grab your bronzer. Now, most of us have a bronzer, 1 or 2 in our collection. If you don't even think about what I'm about to tell you. I can help you fix it. I'm gonna choose a bronzer that's not quite as red as I normally do. So this is my Kiko bronzer. It's not quite as red as, say, it's gonna take me an hour to open this, so do forgive, but so, got it. So this one's really, really red. Let me swatch that on. Actually, I think I have one that's even more red than this. But no, you can see that that's red, and you're going, I don't know. But let me swatch it up against the Kiko. And I love both of these for different reasons, but we want one that has a little bit more yellow, a little bit more golden. But again, I can show you how to fix it. So you can see there. Oh yeah, you can. So this one's gonna be a lot more gold than this one. This one has a lot of red. We want a golden bronzer for this. Still using our E29, we're gonna pick this up on the side of the brush. That actually might be too much, so I'm just gonna push it in. All I did to push it in was just tap it on the back of my hand once. We're gonna start. There you go. And now you have your hidden definition, and that gives it that color. But I do wanna show you that if you wanted to kind of golden up your bronzer a little bit more, all we'd have to do is, I'm gonna add some more bronzer, but this looks so good. Just keep tapping that in there. And then I did bring it over this way. And I know I don't have makeup on yet, but it can still, we can come back and touch it up later, and this will just act like an underpaint once we get the makeup there. There we go. But I'm gonna show you how to add some more gold to your bronzer. Yellow eyeshadow, that's all we'd have to do. Smallest amount, you can barely even see it. If we wanted to really golden up a red bronzer, we would just add some yellow to it. Now, I don't have to do that to this, I'm just kind of giving you an example. But oh, look how pretty that looks compared to that one. Oh, it looks so good. I think that's what really made the eye a little bit special, is we underpainted a contour in the socket. But yes, just add some yellow shadow. Not too pastel, even though that was considered a pastel, that still had a lot of depth to it. But you also don't want a neon, and then you don't want too pigmented. Just take your time and just go boop when you're picking it up and build. I always teach y'all to build. That's even what I taught you in here. This is my go-to palette currently. This is the one that I used. I grabbed a little bit of this shade just on the tip of the brush, just to ever so lightly soften that in between the bronzer. I just love transitions. I just love everything to just look like it's just melted in. So this step might be very minute, but to me, I do see a difference in transitioning that just a little bit more. We're actually almost done. It's so easy. And then I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the darker one. Tilt my head back and just add it here, just there. There we go. 2 more steps. Now we're gonna need an eyeshadow base, but we can use any eyeshadow base. This one's Sephora collection, it's so affordable. We just need this to really enhance the creamy shadow that, not creamy, cream colored shadow we're about to put on. So I'm just gonna place this from my inner corner here, and we're gonna put it to about right there. We're still gonna grab our C31 to really smooth it out. I don't trust this at all. I will not have fading or creasing or anything. Okay, C31, we're gonna smooth it out. And again, we're using this because we really need our cream colored shadow to be extra intense, extra pigmented. And you can use any kind of eyeshadow base you want as long as it's a little tacky. By the way, I want to say that e.l.f. just released an eyeshadow base. I think I saw that. I could have dreamed it. I could have. But I want to say that they did. And all you need is just a small amount. I don't want you to feel like you have to go invest in a super expensive base. That is, So if you can just find one that just has a little bit of a tacky texture, that's all we need. Now we're gonna grab this shade right here. I'm really loading up the brush, and you'll notice that I've used this same brush the entire time. And we're gonna pack that onto our lid, and I'm gonna kind of build it up quite a bit, but just really get it in there. Barbara, I can't speak today. Please let me be nice to me. And I'm just gonna pick up some more, and I'm just gonna keep packing that onto the lid until it gets really nice and bright. Yeah. Brighten this one up a little bit more. Now all we have is one more step. Actually, I'm just gonna place whatever's left here just a little bit on my brow bone. And a little bit there. Maybe a little bit here. All right, we're almost done. Then I grabbed chocolate. I did switch brushes. I switched to an E27 because it just fits here so perfectly. But then to kind of really get in here, all I did was, listen, I wear contacts. I'm picking up more of the same product, picking it up on this side of the brush. I want it to face the ceiling. And then even though this seems scary, all I'm doing is I'm shutting my eyes and I'm just blinking on it. So it gets all in my lashes and underneath my lashes. And the bristles are so soft, don't even worry about it. Obviously don't do it if you don't feel comfortable with it, but it's a really easy way to just get in there and make sure that we're really getting in the lash line. And then I'm just angling that upward. So instead of just going straight across, I'm tapping and then going up this way. And that creates lift to the eye without having to do a wing. I picked up more and I'm just gonna keep building at the lash line. Tap, 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 tap. Also tapping your nose. So I can finally talk about this. It's all over their page. This is that mascara that I've been telling you all about. And it actually stays like that. It's wonderful. It's Maybelline. You know, it's hard to find a bad Maybelline mascara. They just really say mascara, affordable, hang on, we got this. So this is the one that I've been talking about and I love it. It really and truly, it's called Firework and that's what it does. It's like an explosion of lashes. It's really, really good. But listen, you don't need it unless you think, hey, you know what? My mascara is crusty. Never feel pressure. Just, I'm here for technique and I'm here in case you are almost out of something and you're wanting an idea. You do not need this if you have one that you just got and you like it. You just need this if it's crusty. Now I will say mascara I want you to replace more often because it's around our eye. All right, I'll be right back. I actually just got a question about forehead lines and kind of keeping the creasing at bay, especially when you don't have filler, which I do not have any Botox and I never have. But I had that and then I had something about smile lines. So let me go film that and I'll be back. All right, I'm already back and I'm just gonna finish up. You'll see everything that I used. I would list it right now, but I'll post it and I'll just put the link here. I'm gonna edit it once we're done here. So you're about to see what I used. It's really my usual stuff that I always use. But we still gotta do blush and bronzer. Fly hands, that's my fly hands. Now I was doing what I call a mini bake just for a little bit more of a brightened under eye. But what you are gonna see me do, instead of sweeping it away, I push it in. And that really helps it not look dusty. It also helps everything last longer and then it also blurs. So it basically just does everything we want it to do. But I am using the C32 coming back soon. I'm using that. Make sure that you're signed up for notifications on this. It will come back and it could be back sooner than you think. So just make sure that you're signed up. But again, pressing in that little bit of brightening makes such a difference. I feel that sometimes even when we just take a fluffy brush like this and we just like, it doesn't work it in and it also just makes everything look crunchier and that's not what we want. But baking really can shape and brighten. So even if you have mature skin, do it, but press it in. It really makes a difference. Now we're gonna grab espresso again in my E27. And I'm just going to smudge that underneath here. And again, that's just gonna contour the eye a little bit. I'm tapping. Even though it's a cream, I'm still tapping because I'm gonna get more color out of it. I'm not worried about fallout or even fluffing into my eye, obviously. But what I do want is I want the most pigment. So when you press, you get the most pigment out of a product. I applied the blush on camera, but then Instagram froze and I had to restart my app. This is NARS blush. So remember I went and purchased quite a few shades. Well, they sent me over a few more. This is the shade Gina, and it's really, really pretty. I'm not going to act like it's the most revolutionary thing I've ever put on my face, no. But it's pretty. I like the color. It's a nice little luminous glow, peach, glowing from within. I like the way that it transitions. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it under my bronzer. I like doing that, especially in the summer. And putting your blush underneath your bronzer really gives you a smooth, seamless look. Now we're gonna grab our Kiko Milano bronzer, and go check out the ROSE&BEN beauty page because I'm gonna start posting how-tos on the brushes. So this is the C40, and if you'll go watch that, there's a tutorial on how to pick it up, how to hold the brush in case you missed it. I really, really, really want you to check that out if you have the C40 because I wanna make sure that you're using the brush to its best ability. So we're gonna take this, and this is shade 101. I think it's the third video back. Yeah, it's really high up on the reels. So just please, if you do have the brush, go watch that video. I know a few of the critiques that I've seen with this particular brush is that it can be floppy, but it's, as you can see, it is not. It is not floppy. And what it's doing, it's cupping my cheekbone and then transitioning that bronzer upwards just by pressing. So there's a little bit of a technique to it, and I believe that y'all can learn the technique, but I just want to make sure that y'all see that video. I want you to really get the most out of this brush and all of the brushes. I'll be doing videos on all of them, but please, just, I feel that this is an amazing brush, but it's a little misunderstood. We're not flopping around here. I don't know if y'all have seen these. I've been using this even before the red one went viral. I'm sure that y'all have seen the Westman Atelier lipsticks, and this is the red one. I've been wearing this one for a while. If you're wondering why I don't even wear it more, because it's such a spicy priced item that I know that sometimes, I mean, in this economy, but I really do feel that this is a beautiful, different formula. So when I'm looking at a formula, what I look for is, could I dupe that? Could I dupe the color? Yes. I can't dupe the formula. This is a one swiper. Yes, it's uneven. That's not what I'm going for. The way that this pigment applies and wears, and this is not a long wear matte lipstick, but we've come to that point in makeup science that even a bullet lipstick like this can be long lasting, and that is incredible. I love it. So again, never feel any pressure, but this formula is something special. Now, we're not here to justify the price. Don't feel like we're going to justify it, but this is the beginning of the next round of lipsticks, and I think that that's really cool. Now let me find a lip liner. Kiko Milano Gingerbread, and I actually like to pair this lipstick with a little bit cooler lip liner. I get so many compliments when I wear this too. It's so good. And there you have our finished look. I'm glad you'll like this eye look, and I'm also glad I remembered how to do it. So what it's really about is underpainting. I mean, we think underpainting with our face, but we don't think underpainting with our eyeshadow. And it can make a real difference. So we still have that sculpt there, but it's the softest form of sculpting. And I think that's what makes the eye. All right, my friends, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I do my Feral Mondays, and I try to tame it down on Tuesday. We got Tame It Down Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, I'm wanting rhinestones and glitter again. And I know that not all of us, we want that. We don't, I feel that. I feel that you're working your wonderful corporate job and you're going, Rose, when am I going to incorporate rhinestones? Try. I'll try to do something else a little bit more tame tomorrow. So I'm trying my best to reel it in. And then on Thursdays, every Thursday, we just talk about products that we've tried, products that we're loving, products that we're continuing to use. So even if it sometimes seems repetitive on Thursdays, it's still a good place to see, dang, she is really still using that. So I feel like it's a good place to update you with what I'm still using and what's not working for me. I love you so much. In case nobody's told you today, I love you. I have to save yesterday's, that rainbow fun look. I'll save that to my highlights. This will definitely be saved to my highlights. And as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go edit that video and then it'll be on TikTok. But I believe if you don't have TikTok, you can still tap the link and you can watch it here. So we're going to do that. And then I will eventually post it here too. But I have a schedule here. I don't know. It's a whole can of worms, and I'm not a mockingbird. All right. I love you so much, and let me go edit. I love you. Bye for now.